Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and it's the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Midnight Moonlight. Midnight Moonlight is a song by Old and In the Way, and this was a band in the early 70s in California. And when I first heard this, the album by Old and In the Way of the same name, it kind of changed my life for the better. And I embarked on a lifelong quest to begin to play a bit like Vassar Clements. So in this video, I'm going to show you the melody of Midnight Moonlight, and I'm going to give you some of the licks from that epic solo from Vassar Clements. I have to say that one of the great disappointments of my life is that I've never ever played this song with anyone else. I've not been able to persuade them. But maybe one day I will get to play this with a bluegrass band. Okay, so let's start off with there's an intro, a bit of an odd intro. Let's just do that with the backing again. Goes like this. Actually, I think they do that an odd number of times. It was a live gig that this was recorded at, and I think they probably weren't really counting. I think it's best to do a fixed number, and that number I think should be 4. And then we go into the melody, and this is the vocal melody, so you would only do this if you were playing it as an instrumental. But it's also good to orient yourself with what's happening. So let me just show you some of those double stops. So we got changes to E chord. So that's a B over a G sharp, and then get to the B minor. Keep your first finger on the B and bring your third finger down from there to there, down to the second finger, and then using the fiddle capo, first finger on the E and the B. D and an A together, and a G chord made with a B with a G below it. This is actually a very unconventional chord sequence. And then that repeats, but on the repeat we go from that second line. So that's the verse, and then into the chorus, and we're going to do a harmony. So that's a B over a G, and A over an F sharp. And then we go around the intro again. So let me just go through all of that with the backing. 1, 2, 3. Here's the chorus. Then back around the intro. Okay, then we come to the solo, and I have to say about this solo, if I had a time machine and could go anywhere in time and space, I I would have the option, let's say, of going back to the beginning of time and watching the Big Bang. I could go to Java in the 19th century and watch Krakatoa exploding, or I could go to the Sea of Galilee and watch Jesus walking on water, or I could go to the boarding house in San Francisco in 1973 to watch Vassar Clements playing this solo, and this is what I would do, undoubtedly. Now, I'm not going to give you the whole solo, because that's kind of cheating, but I'm going to give you some bits, because I don't think, personally, that it's a good idea learning whole solos. What is worth doing is learning bits of solos so that you can use them freely wherever and whenever you like. So we've got, I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 A and 3 or 4 C licks, because it has this very strange thing of going from a C chord to an A chord and just alternating between those, which in terms of classic bluegrass is a very weird thing to do indeed. And strangely, when I first heard this was really the first bluegrass I'd ever heard, so I assumed that all bluegrass was like this, which it certainly isn't. So we got this kind of swirl of notes, which actually that's a simplification. It's not just a... What he actually does is... which is a much cleaner way of going, of staying around an A chord. We've got, oh yes, this one, a great C lick. And if you did that starting in first position, it would be... In first position and third position, it's pretty tricky. So I would, as with a lot of these bits in C, go into third position. So from an open E to a first finger on a G. So it's very bluesy. I'll just go through it slowly one more time. So I'm staying in third position everywhere apart from the very first note. And as with all these licks, they've got to be very fast, and to get them fast, you've got to do long, long slurs. So either 2 slurs to the bar, or 1 slur for the whole bar, or even 1 slur for 2 bars. So something like that is what you're aiming at. We've got... That one is a great one. It requires no thought whatsoever, but it does need several weeks of practice just to get that on its own. And there I'm doing the whole thing in four bows, I think. This is a great one. So that is an E over a C, F over a D, and that is a real stretch. And then into third position, but 1 step down. So that's first and third finger sliding up. So that's a beauty. We've got another one, a triple stop. I learnt this one years and years ago, and this was actually written in Stacey Phillips's Hot Licks with Bluegrass Fiddle book. Otherwise I'd never worked it out. So it's a A on the bottom, a G on the top, on the middle rather, and then a C on the top. And to get all 3 strings at once, if you move your bow down slightly, rather than, because it's easier to to get all 3 strings going together. So I can't remember the exact rhythm that he uses, but it's something like... And then slide the whole thing up a semitone. Something like that. And when you go up there, I think probably every single one of those notes is well outside the chord, but in a good way. Then we've got so this is a good one. We're in the C, and put your first finger down, 2, 3, put those two down, but then slide those two fingers down against the 1 and put your fourth finger down. So you can go 4, 3, 2, 1. Do the same on the next string. Same on the next string. So again, the first 4 notes make some kind of musical sense. That's a bit of a straight. Those are just weird, but within the context of the lick, they all make sense. And then that finishes off with. So we got a triplet there, and then a kind of a stab and a screech at the top. So something like that. And then finally, the lick which will give you nightmares for the next 20 years. And I did a whole, I call this the killer lick, and I did a video all about this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm not even going to begin to explain that one. But as I say, there's a video which takes about half an hour to explain that one lick. So I'm going to play out with an extended solo using some of these licks, and I'll probably make some up as well. Hope you found this useful. If you would like a copy of the dots, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. If you'd like to get all of my PDFs in one go, do join me on Patreon, and that is what keeps all of these videos coming. Thanks for watching. Enjoy my solo, I hope, as I go out. See you again soon.